Good morning and welcome here to Full Moon Energetic Update. My name is Marilyn. I'm a shaman of the new era, modern day shaman. I invite you to join in using your intention. The intentional power exaggerates these days. So to allow yourself to investigate some consciousness time to see how it goes if you use your intention. What is the difference to how it used to be? What is the difference in your perspective and how you are experiencing things? Just checking out here. Yes. Just to be sure that everybody can find me. You gather in with your intention, joining in with your intention. Sense your body. Allow the field, the energy to support your will. The healing that goes with a meeting on the full moon opens by itself and opens in the way that fits you completely adjusted to where you are right here, right now. And we open the field of love and light and we use this for bringing in love and light to people and places that we wish to support. And remember to put yourself in. You can join in the full moon energetic update as an energy worker, no matter if you have tried doing energy work before, or if you are experienced energy worker, you can join in with your intention, and the field will ensure that each and every one of us participates in a way that suits us the best and suits the energy work the best. Breathe. You can join in by the intention on creating surplus energy, and none of your energy is used for that unless you count in the energy you use for the intention. The surplus energy is created because we are gathering in the mutual field and collaborate equally. When we do this, the energy creates itself by a mutual process. So here we go. So the people and the places you would like to support with love and light, you can imagine them being on the list or on a plate, and then you're holding them into the love and light, the field, the portal. And if you have difficulties in focusing or imagine that this can be, you can ask me just in the energy to hold your list and bring your list in to this field. And I sense the vibrations, the frequencies going up, expanding. I sense the power of the field. I sense it well. And at the same time as we are using the field of love and light to bringing love and light to the people and the places that we would like to support, the field prepare itself to the second part of the energy work, where we'll do some energy work for Earth. And for the Danish people, we will have a full moon and energy work in the evening at 8 p.m. Central European summertime, Danish time. And if you know the people and the places are something you're taking care of, then the energy work in this part will go deeper, will be stronger. And hello to Northeast Florida. It's been a while, yes. Nice to see you again here. The energy is really strong today, so I'm pretty occupied in the energy work, but I love to communicate with the chats as well. And when we are through with the energy work, there will be open for questions and channeled answers. Northeastern Florida. Oh, 2 a.m. Bright moon now. Beautiful. It's 8 a.m. here. Just 10 past 8. And we are keeping the energy work for the love and light for the people and the places. It's going on, continuous. And then we open to the second part, the energy work for Earth, people, Earth consciousness. A lot of things is going on these days. The 15th, a couple of days ago, we have a shift, a huge shift in the mutual consciousness. The The huge shift is related to our intentions or intentional powers. Your energy, your consciousness shifts in to collaborate much more with your intentions. To be aware of this and to use it in the best way and observe what happens in your everyday life throughout the day would be a good idea. Nobody can tell how it will appear. Nobody can say anything about how we will experience this shift. It have never happened before. The way we have been splitting our consciousness, the way our consciousness have been divided and creates movement in our intentions that's discussing with itself, creates contradictory reactions within itself. That's rare. It's not happening in any other creature. We have been so much supported throughout this year, 2024, and what opens now is this shift into unification, mutual consciousness, collaboration in a way that enhance our positive vibrations. So if you have a negative intention, it wouldn't work well, but your positive intentions and your heartfelt intentions is empowered really much. Energy work for the earth people opens here in my inner vision. I see golden fields prepared for this day. And thank you for the question. I take it afterwards. Seeing golden spheres place strategic places in the grid of Earth consciousness system, energy system, Earth's energy system. And there has been a huge evolution going on throughout this year in Earth energy field, Earth energy system. And a huge collaboration with other incarnational systems, incarnational programs has been activated. So Earth field, the energy field of Earth has been prepared to collaborate directly with the wisdom fields from other civilizations. When we enter this empowerment of our positive intentions, it ignites the first, you could say, downloads or initiations of the consciousness that can be brought in by the memory fields, the wisdom fields from other civilizations across the universe. The souls incarnating here right now in the flames, the walk-ins, the different support, the different add-ons that we are carrying in through our soul connection in these years is enhanced and ignited in a way that supports you. So in addition to this sense of your consciousness reacting strongly on your positive intentions, it might be interesting to investigate if you sense your consciousness being more coherent, making more sense, that your view, your perspective automatically carries thoughts, emotions, intentions. You could say handling things that your consciousness, handling things in a way that makes more sense. The things that comes by is the things that gives you more reason to the things that you're doing, more knowingness without trying. So there's a kind of deliverance of consciousness in a way that we're not used to. So if you use some of your space within your consciousness to be aware of this, you might catch it. Like watching for, there's a comet that can be seen in these days in the nighttime. And at the same time, to try to observe within your consciousness span, within your consciousness view, if whatever appears suddenly makes more sense. Yes. If you have these epiphanies, these small experiences of something making more sense, that your consciousness is more coherent, collaborates with your being and your knowingness in a better way, being less distorted, less disturbed, with less noise, then you catch the reason or the effect of this connection with the consciousness fields, wisdom fields from other civilizations. Hey, welcome here. We are in the energy of the energy update under the full moon and connected with the field of Earth. And you can join in by using your intention, and our intentional powers in these days shifts completely. So with every positive intention, and what is a positive intention? Every positive intention is empowered, and it will grow throughout the year for each and every one of us. A positive intention might not be something that we find positive when it ignites. So I might have an ignition, an activation of finding something positive, or I would like a holiday, I would like a rest, I would like to be dismissed for whatever I'm doing. But this is not a positive intention if it's not bringing me into a more positive situation, a more positive foundation for the next step on my path. Need some coffee. Beautiful. So if I have a positive intentions, it's because the positive intention brings me into a more positive possibility. So positive intention brings us to positive possibility. And this is, you could say, a shift where the free will is brought to a higher perspective. Our free will is still carried in all we are. So from my lowest perspective, my most distorted perspective, to my broadest perspective that makes most sense, every layers, every part is carrying my free will. But through the enhancement of the mutual field, the intentions that's carried, that gives me a better life, is what's enhanced. And if you have a sensitivity where you sense the energy, a lot of people here is carrying that kind of sensitivity, then you can search, you can do research with your intentions. What kind of intention, what intention that I'm carrying is bringing me into a higher possibility, a better possibility to carry a good life. By trying out different intentions and sensing the power that's brought in, you can try it. I have an intention on going for a coffee. I have an intention for spending a while here together. I have an intention on calling my friend. You can try out the different intentions and see if you can sense a shift in the energy, in the power of the different intentions. Then you can do your own investigation to search for the intentions that brings you into a better possibility, but also to see if you can sense the difference and then you using it. The energy in the mutual field of earth people is joining in. The wisdom fields merge and fusions in these days and throughout the rest of the years. I just was in Crete, in Greece, and supported the huge fields, the fields of sacred wisdom to merge, to fusion, and it went well. So it will be really exciting to see the change in reality. When we do energy work in fields that's above reality, beyond reality, reality as we know it, reality as we see it in a physical expression, then the change in energy is ahead of the change in reality. So it will be really interesting to see if the collaboration between the sacred fields of wisdom will be seen in our reality, in our world, the rest of the year. It should appear. So right now, I see a light in the core of Earth as a representative of the ignition of the new soul connection. In your center, the center of your spheric field of consciousness, that's placed just below the heart above solar plexus, a light ignites to support your connection with the new direct soul connection. Soul interaction. Your soul is this soul that I'm talking about is the eternal soul that is love, that supports us into a reflection in a higher version, that creates an expression of the soul in our reality that makes sense and that supports us well into an earthly life that brings us joy and power and possibility visions to see what difference we can do. The ignition of the soul connection in the new era version ignites what you could call soul certainty. The light that ignites from your center fills you up from within. And at the same time, the light in the field of Earth is filled up with this bright light, a bit golden. As your field carries this light, your near era consciousness energy system ignites. It's prepared for thousands of years, and now it's here. You sense this ignition of the new era energy system as an elaboration, as a lift in consciousness, in awareness, in presence, and clarity. And it carries in this alignment with yourself that opens to the possibility of soul certainty. Open your curiosity, your observation, to allow your consciousness to create the span, the space within. Not for the appearance that happens by itself, but for the experience. This shift into the new era consciousness and this system that opens from within. The difference from before is this stays. The part of your consciousness that stays carries the energy system. Give your consciousness the support it needs to carry consciousness that reach from higher to deeper. When you carry consciousness from higher to deeper, the parts of you that works the best, the part of you that makes more sense, can be at service for the rest. When you carry your consciousness from the deeper to the higher, it's the part of you that makes less sense, that needs to carry you, to lead you, to be at service for you. The shift happens here. Opens in the mutual field where all wisdom fields ignites to unite and to deliver to everybody support from the highest to the deepest. Soul sense, soul knowingness. Somebody is calling it super intuition. And as it's working here, we are keeping it here to support as well. I shift into answering the questions. And I'm so happy for having questions here. And the first one is here. Can you give any advice on how to break a cycle? Say, for instance, family relationships. Can the person who breaks the cycle have an effect on family members, or will they have to do that themselves? Sometimes you just want to move forward, but people and families stay stuck in the past and try and keep others there also. Okay, it's a good one. Open for the channeling. The difficulties here is that we are mutual and singular at the same time. The part of you that's only you can be released, be healed, take steps into a new reality where disturbances and traumas doesn't define your reality. You can release the burden, you can release the pain in your own personal field, but in the mutual field with the ones that's a part of it as well. Each of you own a part of it, and the ownership can be trespassed. When you are healed, healing the traumas, the blockages, the distortions, the ways of seeing life, when you release yourself from being stuck, and you can go into the mutuality with peace, love, and harmony, and allowing them to be where they are, you can release the fight. When you release the fight with them, and your wish, your need, your wanting for them to shift, then the magic appears. Then your healing will be given to them as a possibility. How they are taking it in is their path, their contribution to the mutuality. And if we know that each and every one of us have our own angle, our own karmic reason, our own magic possibility to resolve the pain, the karmic burden, and we are carrying this dignity, this soul certainty that each angle, each and every one of us is equally important and equally right. And we can release the fight. Then your magic appears because your healing will be given to them in their version. So your work here could be to be in your healing and at the same time practice appreciation of their part, appreciation of their path. It's difficult. We would so much like to share our ways, our healing, and try to show them our way to support them. But by the appreciation and to stay in your healing process with this, you could find the peace and the power that gives the other angles, the other persons in the pain, in the trauma, a possibility to find their version. When we are entering our reality here, when we are in our life, each and every one of us plays our part, and it's not a play, it's reality, it's life. when you are bringing yourself into life with your healing process, you invite the other participants by being yourself. And if you can be in the appreciation, you create the field for them to take the invitation in their way. Thank you for the question. And please tell me if it doesn't make sense, or if you have any more questions to that question. Another question here. What's the best way to manifest something in our lives for ourselves? And if we want to manifest something good for others, is it the same process? It's a good one as well. Go into the channeling. It makes sense. Thank you. We have difficulties with manifestation, and actually it's a perfect questions after the previous one, because we are entering the same space, the same knowingness, that when we would manifest something, we have a wish, a need, a wanting for a manifestation. It's there because we need the track, we need the path. We are standing here and we can see something rare and we would like to have that. If we are manifesting something that we haven't experienced before, that we haven't had the experience of owning, of being, then the difficulties is that what we expect it to be will be different to what it is. So to that kind of manifestation, it's a good idea to shift between, the huge vision, the large perspective, and our imagination of everything it can bring us, and then bring it into now and here. Now, right now, in the smallest perspective, the smallest step I can take today that could bring me there, what could that be? To take that smallest step and then to bring in my conscious awareness to experience that step, to allow it to show me how much that small step gives me, and what that small steps bring me. How do I appreciate this? Then I bring the huge perspective to something I imagine into reality. And the small steps I'll take will create an ignition of conscious awareness of what it is right here, right now. And then I can create the power in my now to reach what I have a sense of that I would like to manifest. If I would like to manifest something I know of, something I tried before, something I had but I lost, then it's the other way around. Then to open a positive vibration, then to find any way that's healthy to find a positive vibration, and then bring in remembrance of this state, this experience, this collaboration, this relation I had. And whatever I had in it that I experienced that I want again, that I would like to have some more of, then I bring this into this space of positive vibration that I create by doing something that puts me into this state as good as I can. And then I bring in the remembering and use some time to recreate the vibration, the inner experience for this that I had. So 2 different ways of manifestation for myself. Back into the deeper connection to the next part of the question. How about if I want to manifest something good for others? The process for that. And the reason why this is a bit the same as what goes for the first question is because if we're really close to somebody and we have an open heart, we can sense them from within. We know when they are feeling good and when they're not. But if we are disconnected, we can't sense them from within. And when we can sense them from within, we have a lot of imagination about how they are, the part of them that we see, the part of them that we experience is only a small part of it. And often it's exaggerated because what we show each other is only a small part of what we are. It's a part of us that maybe is really not showing so much, or it show more than actually happens. So it's not completely true. Not because we want to show not truth, but our reactions is not a complete picture of what we are, where we are, and how we are. So if we're not heart connected and we're not carrying the opening where we can sense each other, then our experience from each other is not completely right. So when we would like to carry something in as a manifestation from others and we're not knowing them completely where they are, to have a broad perspective is the best we can do. So wishing the best for them, and if we know them, listen to them, and to carry in the positive field that we carry for ourselves when we are manifesting, and do that for them. So when we open to the field, highering the vibration, wishing for the highest, the best that can be for this person or persons, bring them in the field, imagine that they're there, and holding the field, the space for them, is the best way to manifest for somebody that we're not aligned with and we're not heart connected with. If we are heart connected with somebody in a way where we can sense when they are at their best and we can sense their pain, then we can go into a deeper healing process with manifesting the healing, manifesting the release of the pain or the support for this person to carry the pain the best, and to go into bliss and into possibilities and synchronicities that gives them the possibilities for a better path. So when we are connected with somebody, we can bring this in for them in a way that's nearly the same as for ourselves. But if we're not connected in this way, to manifest is better in a broader perspective. Thank you for the question. And a sharing here. Thank you. In relation to healing persons close to you, I have healed some stuck feelings that I had adopted from my father by the help of the system called Emotion Code. My father did not know anything about it, but after he died in spring, a clairvoyant told me that my father thanked me for releasing feelings that he wasn't himself able to when he was alive. So it might work on others, those who are the source of your trauma, when we heal ourselves. And thank you for the sharing. And that's an experience I carry myself. When I communicate with people that's no longer here, they have a huge healing process, some of them before they pass on. And we, in a mutual field, when a part of the participants in a mutual field, they are passing on, they are doing their part of the work in that process. And appreciation is a huge part of that process. And they often also deliver the part of the karma that they have resolved for you as a support, even though they are no longer here. And as they are resolving a lot of the karma in the passing process, then they bring that in as, you could say, a spirit for here, the family spirit, to support you. And you will be the one who is carrying the torch from the family from there on, and being supported by the spirit from the other who passed. That's beautiful, I think. And I have a huge experience with people who are still here, that when I have released my burdens, my blockages, my traumas, that the relationship shifts. But I also experience that how they take it in, how they use it, how they go with it, it's their path. And I have no contribution to this. And I actually appreciate that, because if I could have a contribution to how they would do things, it would be trespassing the boundary for serenity. So, is it called that? I think so. Thank you. And here again, for me, I always found it a lot easier to help guide others to the things that they need for or are trying to achieve. It's always been harder to meet those needs for myself. Thank you for sharing. If you have a sacred place, a special place where you sense support, where you sense, when I'm here, it can be in the nature, it can be in your house, in your apartment, it can be in a library, it can be anywhere. If you have a special place where you sense special support, I advise you to use that space to go in to receive the support by intention. Put your intention on receiving the support, and then allow you to be fulfilled. And then after that, go into the manifestation to what gives you the best that you can have. With this support that you sense from the surroundings, that's not related to a person, then you can kind of create a short circuit to this blockage you have that seems to be ancestry carried, to be certain, more secure. If you're not owning too much, if you're not too happy, if you're not shining too much, then it's more secure. It can be really difficult to short circuit that one, especially if you have someone to help you. Then for you to go in and really take that decision that you are shifting it, it's not working well, even though you're supported. So to go into a special place, a special space where you sense yourself as being supported, I advise you. Do you have such place? I have one more question. People speak of reincarnation, but also spirits, if deceased loved ones, if there are spirits out there, how can it be real? Some spirits are in the same area for years. Some says people reincarnate pretty quickly. It's a good question as well. Thank you very much. And I can answer that in a not so channel state, because I have investigated. I have a lot of experience with it. When you go to when you're leaving the body experience here, the part of you that's the human experience go into a process that release a part of the human experience, your spirit here. That spirit can be purified in love. It's a special process, and maybe I should do a live about that alone. But in this purification process, if it goes really well, then the spirit have possibility to come back to the loved ones and support them, being a spirit guide, even meeting them, coming back and supporting them, meeting them in dreams, by instance, or how the relatives is able to experience the connection, the presence. When they come back that way, they are warm, they are golden, they are appreciating, they are really supportive. They can be their own way still. When the purification process is fulfilled, the soul, the pure soul that is love, is the part that reincarnate. So the spirit that you are here will not reincarnate. The spirit you are here will have the possibility to come back and be a support, will be a part of the family spirit, will be a part of the spirit of earth people, the ancestor field. And then there's the purified version. That's the one that's incarnate again. So there's a difference between these two parts. Yeah, some spirits are in the same area for years. If the purification process doesn't go well, we have ghosts that's created. So instead of spirits, there will be ghosts. Ghosts can be memories that just do the same and same and same and same. Ghosts can be consciousness that's not released. So then you'll have a non-supportive spirit that moves around. Non-supported spirits can be ignited by negative energy created by humans, creating a lot of different dark energies. Luckily, the shift that we're entering here gives less space for the dark energies, the negative spirits, the ghosts, and much more space for the supportive spirits. Yeah. People speak and say reincarnation is real, but also they speak about ghosts. How can reincarnation be real if there are spirits and ghosts? Some ghosts are in the same places for years. So the part of us that incarnates, the soul, the pure soul that is love, and the spirit is not the same. People say some people reincarnate right away. Why would it be different if reincarnation is real? Wouldn't everybody reincarnate at the same time frame? No, and not every soul that is love is incarnating. And the spirit connection, the soul, the eternal soul that is love connection, the ancestor connection, it's not the same. And it's really difficult. Many people swirling it around. So I try to keep zero here. So my zero is here, my presence here. It's my zero. I'm this person, I'm this flesh, I'm this reality. And then I have an add-on. I have the eternal soul that is love. It's incarnating and supporting my spirit, supporting my consciousness to ignite into this possibility of being love, possibility of being wisdom that my body experience is not carrying. This support, this add-on creates the spirit that stays, and the spirit that creates libraries, mutual spirits, and creates an expansion in the internal soul that is love, that has a karma by itself, a karma that's, you could say, that's a pensum that this spirit, no, this eternal soul that is love is here to achieve. Eternal soul that is love pensum, the what they achieve is really different to what we have here in our life. So it's not comparative. It's not something we can relate to when we are here. There's a lot of different stuff going on in these years. The last 100 years, the way you usually incarnate is supported in a lot of different ways. So, by instance, with walk-ins, with flames, with extra a previous life experience that's brought in, even carriage of souls from and spirits from other realities is brought in through the incarnation, connected into our body experience as possibilities to a sudden change, a sudden shifts that is present here right now. So we had like the original way of incarnating that we have had for thousands of years here on this earth. Our earth is the youngest part of the incarnational program, together with the other 7 earths. We are in the same incarnational program. We are in the youngest part of the program. But we are connected throughout the programs, through the eternal soul that is love. And what's opening in these days is a direct connection with the libraries from the other incarnational programs to support our expansion of our consciousness here. So when somebody says that people are incarnating right away, I don't see it as the original incarnation. I see this as a kind of support from the spirits. The part that stays here supports the shift. So you have a connection with previous life experiences that is passed on to other people that are here. And just before 2012, that couldn't appear. Before 2012, everybody here, everybody's soul, eternal soul that is love, have their own library, their own spirit library with previous life experience, and that was the only part that they could be supported by. But since 2012, it have developed, so now we can kind of use each other's previous life experiences. So when somebody sees that we have an right away reincarnation, I sense that it might be something like that. It might be something like the borrowing of previous life libraries that they are seeing. A lot of people who are seeing stuff, a lot of people who have channeled experiences and are voyagers in the spirit realms, they see different things. And what I see today is different from what I saw yesterday. So what I see tomorrow is different from what I see today. Our filters, our possibility to see things is so depending. The things we see, the things we experience is so depending on our filters, our possibilities. Yes. Thank you so much for the questions. Thank you so much for this time. I love it. I adore it. And I'm looking forward to next meeting. So hope that the answers brings what could you say? Value. I hope the answers for the questions give you value, give you some new stepping stones, brings you in some recognition, resonance into your own knowingness, There's nothing as a pure channel. Every channeling is kind of stained with the channel. So when we are using these answers and these visions, it's important to take it in through a resonance. Thank you so much, and really hope to see you again. And if you have more questions and you don't think it's complete, please write it to me, and then I would come back with a new live. I have to go now. I have a group here. So thank you so much for today, and see you.